Hello, America. This is none other than Bon Burgundy, and this is my partner, Tick Bramlin. Today, we're going to talk about an event that happened 50 years ago that is still affecting many Americans' lives today, and not only mine. President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas on November 22nd, 1963, and that marked one of the most memorable moments in history. And now my partner over here, Tick Bramlin, will tell you more.
Many remember President Kennedy only for a shocking assassination, though he did do more stuff in life. But today, we give you the story of a man who grieved an entire nation, and then some.
Good evening. The television radio stations of the United States and their affiliated stations are proud to provide facilities for discussion of issues in the current political campaign with the two major candidates for the presidency. The candidates need no introduction. The Republican candidate, Vice President Richard M. Nixon, and the Democratic candidate, Senator John F. Kennedy. And now for the opening statement by Senator John F. Kennedy.
Good evening. In the election of 1860, Abraham Lincoln said the question was whether this nation could exist half slave or half free. In the election of 1960, and with the world around us, the question is whether the world will exist half slave or half free. Whether it will move in the direction of freedom, in the direction of the road we are taking, or whether it will move in slavery. I think it will depend in great measure upon what we do here in the United States, on the kind of society that we build, on the kind of strength that we maintain. Therefore, I think the question before the American people is this: are we doing as much as we can do? Are we as strong as we should be? Are we as strong as we must be if we're going to maintain our independence? And if we're going to maintain our independence and hold out the hand of friendship to those who look to us for assistance, to those who look to us for survival, I should make it very clear to you that I do not think we're doing enough, that I'm not satisfied as an American with the progress that we're making. This is a great country, but I think it could be a greater country. This is a powerful country, but I think it could be more powerful. I'm not satisfied until every American enjoys his constitutional rights. Thank you.
And now for the opening statement by Vice President Richard M. Nixon.
Things that Senator Kennedy has said, many of us can agree with. There's no question but that this nation cannot stand still, because we are in a deadly competition, not only with the men in the Kremlin, but the men in Peking. We're ahead in this competition, as Senator Kennedy, I think, implied. But when you're in a race, the only way to stay ahead is to move ahead. Well, where then do we disagree? I think we disagree on everything. Mainly on the implication of his remarks tonight and the statements that he has made on many occasions during his campaign to the effect that the United States has been standing still. I do believe that our programs will stimulate the creative energies of 180 million free Americans. That's what this is great. Okay. I believe the programs that Senator Kennedy feels as deeply with those problems as I do. But our disagreement is not about the goals for America, but only about the means to reach those goals.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much for permitting us to present the next President of the United States on this very unique program. This is Helen K. Smith. Good night from Chicago.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Do you, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear
I, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear
that you will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
that I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States
and to the best of your abilities preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
and to the best of my abilities preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God. And we're back, America, on our premiere of Kennedy's 68 Minutes. Kennedy's presidency was called the Camelot era, and even with the Cold War and the loss of his son,
President Kennedy found a way to help America prosper in 1962, which was a very, very tough year. If you lived in that year, you would know. He introduced the idea of space race and said this really important quote that I personally just love. I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
If it weren't for his unfortunate assassination, it is possible that President Kennedy would have made several more decisions that could have prospered America greatly.
Mr. President, you can't say Dallas doesn't love you.
Thank you, Governor Connolly. The honor is mine.
He has a pulse that's right there. I'm sorry, only medical staff know about you.
No, no, please. I have to be here for him.
I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
He needs me to be there.
Let her through. It is a prerogative.
I'm here, Jack. I'm right here. Jack, I love you.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Kennedy. We did everything we could.
I understand.
It's death certificate.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Kennedy. Why don't you go back to the waiting room? The nurse will show you the way.
I understand we need to perform the inauguration as soon as possible, but I will not leave Mrs. Kennedy, and she will not leave the President. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Congress demands that I leave immediately, but I told them I would give you as much time as possible. It doesn't feel right leaving you alone. One of the nurses told me that they would have Jack ready for transportation shortly. So when you're ready, Air Force One will be waiting for us.
We shouldn't keep him waiting. I'm okay to go now.
I'll see if I can find you something else to wear.
No. I want them to see what they've done to Jack.
Do you, Lyndon B. Johnson, solemnly swear
I, Lyndon B. Johnson, do solemnly swear
that you will faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States
that I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States
and will, to your best ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States
and will, to my best ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States of America.
So help you God.
So help me God. The greatest leader of our time has been struck down by the foulest deed of our time. Today, John Fitzgerald Kennedy lives on in the immortal words and works that he has left behind. He lives on in the mind and memories of mankind. He lives on in the hearts of his countrymen. No words are sad enough to express our sense of loss. No words are strong enough to express our determination to continue the forward thrust of America that he began. Under John Fitzgerald Kennedy's leadership, this nation has demonstrated that it has the courage to seek peace and it has the fortitude to risk war. An assassin's bullet has thrust upon me the awesome burden of the presidency. I am here today to say that I need your help. I cannot bear this burden alone. I need the help of all Americans and all America. This nation has experienced a profound shock in its critical moment. It is our duty, yours and mine, as the government of the United States, to do away with uncertainty and doubt and delay, and to show that we are capable of decisive action, that from the brutal loss of our leader, we will derive not weakness, but strength, that we can and will act now. I profoundly hope that the tragedy and torment of these terrible days will bind us together in new fellowship, making us one people in our hour of sorrow. So let us here highly resolve that John Fitzgerald Kennedy did not live or die in vain. On this Thanksgiving Eve, as we gather together to ask the Lord's blessing and give him our thanks, let us reunite in these familiar and cherished words. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you for joining us, America, on our 68 minutes of our great President JFK. I hope you learned a lot about this man. He's a great man in many ways, and we hope you learned a lot. I believe my partner, Tick Brangwin, is going to give you some serenadation in our credits. So roll the credits. Ready? Count. All right.
that was actually synchronized very well.
Hello, America. I'm back after the commercial break, and we're going to talk about flying squirrels and why you need to watch out for them. My friend Tick Bramlin just last week experienced a flying squirrel, which many of you users probably think you've never experienced before. But these are real things, and I must tell you that. Seriously. Complete serious face. These are real things. My friend Tick Bramlin just got out of the hospital 2 days ago, and he was in for a solid 5 days, was it? 5 days? Yes, it was.
5.5.
5.5. I mean, they're very, very dangerous creatures. You've seen wolverines? That times 10.
They told me not to
Yes.
tell anyone.
Suck it. You suck it.
Suck it! Ow now, brown cow.
Ow now on my brown cow.
For a shocking assassination.
Worthless piece of crap. I do not remember what I was talking about. I had a great speech I was about to give.
Sleep out pressing.
I know it was pressing into my heart, but I don't remember what it was.
It's like nails. Just nails.
Just shut your mouth. You make me forget everything.
You're dang right I do.
He probably.
Damn Democrats. I don't get me started on them.
Back in Nam, we call them sweaty teddies.
Baba Ram. Ba ba ba.
Ba 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 ram ba. Suck it. Suck it.
Suck it!
No, it's you suck it. Then it
No!
And we're back, America.
Yeah, we are!
Gosh, you suck. Do it with me. That's what they do for contractions for pregnant women. Hello, America.
Kennedy's a Democrat!
Shot at Mr. Grimley.
Like,
Are you really gonna stand there with that?
sense, and apparently I'm about to get shot. So.
Say it first.
I love everyone except for you know who you are.
3, 2, 1. Shot, 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 everybody!
Ow now, brown cow. Ow now, brown cow. Okay.
So close, yet so
Hey, you
far.
can.
I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States.
What was that?
Just dance, gonna be okay.
Just dance.
This is boot camp training life. We've had to just kill a grown bear with our bare hands, only using a fork and 7 toothpicks. It was tough.
It was tough.
But we came through. Now we're filming here, letting you know that we're still alive. And we will be back to you as soon as possible. And here's my 5th journaling and my probably final one for the next month. Over and out, good buddy. I love you.
Peace.
They can't see the president acting like this. Oh my gosh, it's a gun!
Ready,
The Black Widow! Okay, it's okay. Shoot, shoot. Yeah! Alright, peace out. Hey, you stay classy and always trashy, American.
Hey, we're going next.
Hey, this is Von Burgundy out. Alright.
And this is Tick Bramlin.
Alright,